Hey you guys, happy Monday. I wanted to do a quick video under 4 minutes that explained kind of what I did this weekend and how I studied, one of the things that you can do to study more and become a better trader, and some of the things that I learned about myself from this work. So what I did this weekend was I was just working on like a new strategy. I wanted to see if I could use these gaps and imbalance zones to predictably figure out where the market was going to go. I did these zones here on the ES and I did them on natural gas as well. And one of the things I found was obviously here on the ES, I did fairly well, but part of me wonders if I had confirmation bias because I know this market so well. But basically what I did is if you have the, any of the paid subscriptions here on TradingView, you can turn on the replay, you can scroll back. And what I did was I was, looking at these, I'd do it based off of time of day, whether it was in the, Globex session, or I would do it, during regular trading hours. I wouldn't enter them, when I wouldn't normally be able to enter a trade. For example, I can enter a trade at 6 p.m. I wouldn't be looking to enter a trade at like 1:45, 2 a.m. in the morning, right? I'm not going to be awake. But this is obviously a pretty clear example. You'd be thinking, okay, well, I'd be looking for a short from up here down into the liquidity zone down here. And so what I did was I went through day after day after day, and this one will actually not work. Boom, popped up, ended up not making money. This says that because of where the zone ended, it would have been profitable 0.25 points. But if you extend the zone over, then now it's going to show you closed P&L is negative 4.5 points. My risk reward is 1.72. And so you get to see kind of what these are like. If you ever want to do this and draw these on your charts, you simply are going to go in to this little tab right here, choose either the long or short position. So if you want a long, you're going to click where you want to start it. And I changed the colors up later on for natural gas, but then you can shrink these. You can see what the risk reward is. Turn on the replay, and you can go through here. One of the things I learned from this experience, long story short, was just how I had some confirmation bias on the ES, so I did really well overall when I did the back test on this because I know the ES really well, and so part of me wonders if I did so well because of the fact that I've watched these days, this is from like April 9th, so it's not that long ago. So did I kind of have, maybe some confirmation bias and know how the markets worked? Maybe, here's another good example. Had a 7-point stop loss, placed it above the previous high of that big, boner candle up, and then risk reward, I put it down here in one of the wick zones, and that obviously netted 17 points, 2.43 risk reward ratio, and you can see all these things. So this was really good. Now, the thing I want to share with you, why am I not as big of a fan of, of all this stuff? Or not, it's not that I'm not a fan. What I learned from doing all of these things is that first off, you got to be practicing consistently if you want to be consistently good. You have to always be pushing the envelope and trying to learn new things, learning new platforms, learning how things work, learning how different indicators can work, right? There's so many different things that you can do, and it doesn't mean you have to learn everything in a day or a week or even a month or a year, but you want to make little incremental improvements and progress. The other thing that I want to share with you is just how sucky I felt like I was when I was doing this on natural gas. It was like loss after loss after loss after loss after loss, and I was like, it made me feel like a sucky trader. And I really want to share that with you because that is part of the game. The ability to win is not predicated upon the fact that you are very good at guessing where the market is going to go, or even how to use an indicator, because this isn't really guessing. Trading is, okay, in a sense, guessing, but it is using data and it's using tangible evidence to make a predictable decision in the changing markets, right? But the reality is your ability to just simply, guess is not what makes you profitable. What makes you profitable is two things. It is finding a strategy that has edge and that does show that it wins consistently over time. And then it's consistently following that strategy and doing those things over and over and over again. And I think that's the big thing that I pulled from this was, the reason why KPLs work is not because of some massive edge that it has, although it has really good edge month after month, year after year, right? And that's because I'm constantly optimizing and improving it. But where the benefits and why KPLs win is simply because of the fact that we are consistent. We're consistent. We're consistently doing the same things over and over again. And if we go to today, which I don't have the KPLs here on the chart, but we had a KPL somewhere up in this range, and we got the short here during, I think it was during the very beginning of the day, during the open, right as the market opened. We went right up to our KPL right around this area. I think it was like 4160, somewhere in that range. We got the short, and we were able to get a sizable return in writing this thing down. And so it is not because we knew where the markets were going. And although these volume, imbalance zones were very helpful, it is not because of the imbalance zones. The reason we won is simply because we were consistent. And if you are not being consistent, that is the number one problem. It is not because you can't read a chart. Heck, I just back tested this dozens and dozens of times over the weekend and was not making profit on certain instruments. It's not because of that you win or lose. What it is often due to 9 times out of 10 because of your consistency. So I hope that is helpful. This is a great start to the week. We made some great money, and I am pumped for, and I think our KPL was right down in here too. So we actually got you got the long during Globex, and you got the long all the way up, and then you had this opportunity for another short. So great day with KPLs. But I wanted to share that lesson with you. I hope that helps. Hope that gives you kind of some more insight and gives you that drive and that determination to realize here, it's not about being this ultra smart, uber intelligent person that sits at the computer all the time. It's about using your time wisely and doing it in a consistent manner. That is what separates the 10% or the 20% that, 15% that win, whatever it might be. It's not that they're ultra intelligent, it's that they're ultra consistent. So catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching this and listening to my spiel. Bye.